Okay, I am overdue for a promised update to my current pipe collection video, so I'm gonna breeze through this real quick so my phone doesn't overheat in the process. This is probably the last iteration of this video of my pipe collection. An old Stanwell Lavat, and an old Stanwell saddle-bit billiard, and then my absolute favorite pipe and pipe shapes. These are my to-go pipes that I smoke almost exclusively anymore. My first Eltang Basic. This one used to actually be stained blue. An Eltang Basic I got about 2 years ago that was stained light orange at one point. It's coloring in nicely. My newest, a natural with that signature Eltang rustication. And I was able to find one of the Mortas at the Chicago show last year. Absolutely my favorite pipe, and almost, again, the only pipe I've been smoking for the last 2 years. This is my Winslow. I call this one a mushroom cap. It's got beautiful bird's eye and some pretty good contrast grain, and a beautiful bamboo shank. And then my Winslow Crown, a nice apple with a polished rim. My trusty Nordine Bulldog that I take on my travels quite a bit. Kai Nielsen Squat Tomato with a big oval shank. And then probably the pipe I'm proudest that I found, a Benny Jorgensen, a Liverpool with kind of a brandy bowl, sandblast. And then I've got two of his son's pipes by Skovgaard for last Skovgaard's pipes. A beautiful bent apple that was gifted to me by my good friend Horatio. And this little ball shape that I ordered through Danish Pipe Shop. That's most of my Danish pipes. And as you can see from that part of my collection, I pretty much like sandblasts, Danish shapes, and dark stains. I got a couple other Danish pipes here. This is my 4th generation Neerup, a giant brandy. Can probably get 2 knuckles and a index finger in there. And then another 4th generation. This is a Bruno Nuttens though, but an excellent little Dublin. And then my most recent acquisition, a mini Bing Bruno Nuttens. Have not smoked this pipe yet, but I've wanted this pipe for quite a while. I've got my Nording Compass with a custom stem on here, and my Meerschaum Alternate Mir. We'll hop over to the second pipe I've ever bought. I've had this pipe for almost 30 years now. This is an Edwards. I've had a Danish bit stem put on it. It used to have more of a gooseneck stem on it, but I like this checkmark design. And if you look at the rustication on this and compare it to Tom Eltang Signature Rustication. I don't think my tastes have changed that much in 30 years, to be honest. Last pipe in this tray is a reissue of a legendary Pibe-Dan shape. Pibe-Dan being a legendary but now closed pipe shop in Denmark, in Copenhagen. We'll go to my American pipes next. I've got my Allen Brothers. This is Jeff Grasick and his brother made a few pipes briefly. It's a beautiful horn shape. And then a Neptune, which came out of Briarworks at one point. A beautiful strawberry shape. And then the rest of these, this is my 7-day set of Scott's pipes, Scott Klein. So I've got an acorn, or no, this is my egg. A little saddle bit billiard. My acorn saddle bit billiard. Tomato, a footed acorn. This was the first Scott's pipe I had, and sent me on that whole rabbit hole of eventually getting 7 of these to round out a set. And then I've got classic billiard and another ball shape with a nice big flared Danish stem on it. Then we'll go to some one-offs, I guess. My clay pipe, silicone bit from one of those aluminum straws or stainless steel straws. It's a lifesaver on these, but solid clay pipe. Another Nordine. This is the Keystone pipe. Take off the bottom and you can put the Nordine keystones in there. And then one of my favorite pipe shapes and one of the few smooth pipes I've held on to all these years. This is a Savinelli 404 lucite stem. This is their Oscar. Love the stem, love the shape on this pipe. And then my pipe from Ed, Armchair Piper, from his very first annual giveaway. This is my Apple Savinelli Series 3 that they don't do anymore with that natural finish. This one hasn't colored up too much. Oh, I've got a surprise in this one, I think, since it's filtered. Oh no, this isn't it. Okay, that one's got an actual filter in it. Let's see if I can't find the other one. I don't know where it's at. Anyway, these are my Tsuge pipes, my Japanese pipes. They are very much overlooked. I've got a whole video just on this pipe. I forget what it's called. The E-Star. It's got a filter in it, in the stem. Jumping back to this one, this is not a Falcon, this is a Dr. Graybo Viking. Same concept though. Bowl screws off, you got your keystones or whatever you want in there as your filter media for a moisture trap. I'm not going to fidget with this, am I? No, I'll come back and fix that later. All right, Tsuge, like their most basic pipe, I think they called these like the tasting. Just a classic billiard. my Tsuge saddle bit with the bamboo shank. And a great sandblast on that pipe. This is the first Tsuge pipe I bought and I fell in love with. Similar on this, on the stem and the shank as the Zulu, where it kind of flares out and narrows down and it's got these lines. I just love the lines on this, but this is more of a horn shape with a plateau. This is a fantastic smoking pipe too. I really should smoke this pipe more again. But this is the pipe that sold me on collecting a handful of Tsuge pipes. And then I've got this little volcano. How the grain on the volcanoes goes out from the bottom and then should go vertical straight grain up the sides. Not quite. And then you should have bird's eye around the rim. But a very nice little, maybe a Fiji volcano. So that's pretty much my pipe collection, with the exception of my Cobs, which will run down for all you hardcore Missouri Meerschaum Cob guys. A Country Gentleman Naked, a band from Vermont Freehand, and a Nording 9mm stem. Kind of my Frankenstein. Hardwood, these are slept on a little bit. They smoke great, they're super light. Absolute workhorse of my Dagner Cob. Still have it. This is from, if it's not from the first run of them, it's from like the second. I've had this pipe since it came out, essentially. A little acorn with a Vermont Freehand Forever stem. Charlestown Cobbler from Cornell and Deal with the gold accent band from Vermont Freehand. The hardwood diplomat shape with, pretty sure this is a Vermont Freehand stem I got put on here. It's a little overbent, but whatever. And then a significantly smaller corncob diplomat. If you look at them side by side, you can really see the size difference. The hardwood is much bulkier, but put a little gold band on that one. Looks nice with the green stem. All right, that's my pipe collection video. If you sat through all that, you are a glutton for punishment. Hope you guys all enjoy that. I may do a review video on Autumn Evening. I've been smoking that for the last month and I'm almost done with the tin. Otherwise, hope you guys are all doing great. Talk to you later.